Hello and welcome back to day number 22 of our 30-day Flow Mantra Challenge. So excited that you're here. We have just a few more days left. Can you believe that? Well, today's practice, we are going to explore a pose that we've done before, but in a different way. So one of the things you may need is a blanket for your knees and maybe a block. But other than that, just bring yourself and your yoga mat and let's get started with day number 22. As we begin to settle into day 22 of our practice, feel free to take a blanket and gently place it underneath of your bottom and have a seat just to lift your hips up a little bit higher before we get into the practice today. We're going to start with the mantra like we do every single day. And today's mantra is, I am in charge of how I feel. In owning how you feel, owning your thoughts, even if maybe how you feel isn't that great, you're still in charge of how you feel in each and every moment. So taking charge, just take a second and just think about how you can own your feelings and maybe even how that may influence your day. Sometimes waking up and saying, I'm going to take charge of how I feel today really helps to just set the tone for the day. So I invite you to just take a comfortable seat. We're going to start like we always do with the breath. Allow your hands to come down by your side or whatever placement that works for you. We're going to take an inhale in through the nose. Exhale, open mouth. Beginning with our Ujjayi breathing, we inhale in. Exhale, close mouth. Two more just like that. Inhale in. Exhale, close mouth. And last one. We're going to take our hands gently behind us. You can place them on your blanket. Your fingertips will extend out. Release your shoulders back. Allow your shoulder blades to touch. We're going to take your chin down towards your chest, feeling that expansion, that opening of your chest. Gently taking your arms up overhead, allowing your hands to come together. Taking your hands down in front for prayer. Allowing your body to hinge forward in whatever way that feels comfortable. And then take your hands down. Begin to walk your hands out in front of you. Allowing your forearms to come down. Resting your forehead down towards the mat. Feel free to invite a block here if you need it. And on your next inhale, walk your hands back up towards your body. We're going to come up onto our knees. So again, feel free if you'd like to place your blanket under your knees just to give yourself that extra cushion. You're welcome to do so. So place your knees here on your mat. Going to relax yourself onto your blanket. It may even help to elevate your ankles just a little bit as well. We're going to come up onto our knees, untuck your toes, push your hips forward. Relax your shoulders. I want you to inhale, bring your arms up overhead. Bring your gaze up towards the ceiling and then push your hips forward. On that exhale, begin to come down, almost like you're coming into your tabletop position, but shift your hips back toward your heels. Release your hands out toward your child's pose. Relax your body. Now, the way we did that fluid motion, we're going to do that all in one breath for the inhale, and then exhale and come back to this position. So as we inhale, we come up onto our knees, lift our arms up overhead, press into the hips. And on your exhale, come down, shift the weight back towards your heels. 2 more times. Inhale, come in. And exhale. Last one. Inhale up. And exhale, come down. Give yourself a moment here. Relax your forearms, relax your forehead. Give yourself a moment in this position. We're going to walk our hands over to our left side. And then over to our right. Feeling that stretch along your shoulders and your side body. And then coming back to center. On that inhale, we come up into our tabletop position. We're going to come off of our blanket if you're on one. Just take it off to the side. We're going to come back to it. Taking our hands to a tabletop position, adjusting your knees right underneath of your hips. Just take a moment here. And on that inhale, lower the belly. Bring the gaze up towards the sky. Release the shoulders. And on that exhale, press into the fingertips. Arch the spine. And inhale, release. Exhale for cat. Inhale. And exhale for cat. Gonna tuck the toes, push back to your first downward facing dog of our practice. Press away with your fingertips. Shift the weight into your heels as we pedal each foot out, moving our hips, allowing our bodies to just be nice and gentle here. And shift the weight back into your heels, releasing your forehead towards the mat, allowing your chin to tuck in toward your chest. Gently bringing your gaze up towards your hands as you walk your feet towards your hands, coming into a forward fold. Bend your knees. This is our first forward fold. Feel free to bend your knees. Relax your head. Taking inventory of your toes. If they're not tracking towards the front of the mat, just maybe gently readjusting. And then let your body sway from left to right. Releasing that tension in the hamstrings and in our side body. Shaking your head, yes and no. Coming into a forward fold. Bringing your nose towards your knee. On your inhale, come all the way up. Extended mountain, bring your arms overhead. And on your exhale, we're going to go right back into it. Forward fold. Flat back. Plant your hands down on the mat as we step back into our plank pose or tabletop position. Wrapping your triceps back. Lower your body down, elbows in, come all the way down onto the mat. Untuck your toes. We're going to gently lean our body up towards the sky, activating our lower back, feeling that stretch. This can be really good, opening your shoulders, and then also just giving your lower back, that lumbar area, a little bit of love. We're going to lower our head down, tuck your toes, shift your weight into a tabletop position, and then come all the way for your downward facing dog. Gonna lift that right leg up towards the sky, bend it and bring it through for a runner's lunge. Feel free to relax yourself for a moment here, readjust your shoulders, and then take that back knee down, untuck your back toe for a low lunge. Readjust your body wherever you need to. Feel free if you'd like to grab your blanket and also add that underneath your knees as a cushion. You're welcome to do so. We're going to shift the weight into that front foot. Realign your knee if it needs to come directly over your ankle. Just readjust your foot wherever you need to. We're going to lean forward. And on that inhale, we're going to come up onto the knee. You can take your hands here just to readjust your body. And then inhale, bringing both arms up overhead for your low lunge. Taking a moment here. Feel that stretch on your knee as you lean forward into that lunge, maybe getting a little bit deeper. And then on your exhale, lower your hand down. We're going to tuck your back foot and step back to your downward facing dog. Taking 2 breaths, pressing away with your fingers. Coming to your left leg, lift your left leg up overhead, bend the knee, and bring it through to frame the hand. Coming into the runner's lunge on your opposite side. And then lower your back knee down, untuck your back toe. We're going to shift the weight, coming up into our runner's lunge. Again, still checking in on that alignment. Your knee is right over your ankle. And then on your inhale, bring your arms up overhead. Hips are tracked towards the front of the mat. Releasing your shoulders, pressing into that front knee. And on that exhale, bring your hands down to frame your foot. Tuck your back toe and step back to a downward facing dog. Pedal out your feet here. On that inhale, bring your gaze toward your hands. Walk your feet toward your hands. Coming back to your forward fold. On that inhale, come all the way up. Extended mountain, arms overhead to touch. We're going to go back into our sun salutation. Exhale, forward fold. Flat back. Plant your hands down on the mat as you step back and flow through. Meet in downward facing dog. Press away with your fingertips. Lift your right leg up. Bring it up overhead. Bend the knee. Bring it through to frame your hands. Coming back into that low lunge. Lower your back leg. Untuck the toe. Sweep your arm up for your low lunge. Remembering to breathe, feeling that stretch on your hip. We're gonna lower our right hand down and then see if you can grab a hold of that left leg for a reverse low lunge here. Just inviting a little bit of a twist in your body. On that inhale, we're gonna bring that arm back up. Exhale, lower your hand back down. Step the back foot up, come to your downward facing dog. We're going to do that same thing on our left side. Bring the left leg up overhead, bend the knee, bring it through, frame the hand. Come back into that low lunge on your opposite side. Untuck your back toe. We come up into our low lunge. Both hands extend overhead. Really settle your body in, keeping your knee tracking over your ankle. Feel that lift in your chest. Relax your shoulders away from your ear. And on that exhale, we bring our left hand down to the back of our thigh as we reverse our low lunge. And on that inhale, bring your hand back up. Exhale, bring your hands down to frame your foot. Step the back foot up and come back to your downward facing dog. Paddle your feet out here. Bringing the gaze towards your hands. You can walk, step, or jump to the top of your mat. Coming to a forward fold. On your inhale, come all the way up. Bring your hands overhead, slight back bend here. And on your exhale, forward fold. Flat back here. Plant your hands down onto the mat. We're going to step back into our downward facing dog. Pressing away with our fingertips. Maybe our shoulders get a little bit more comfortable here as we extend back. Taking our right foot up towards the sky, bend the knee and bring it through to frame the hands. Come down for your low lunge. Untuck your back toe. This time we're going to shift the weight back towards the heel, bringing that front foot up. We're going to flex our toes back towards our body, just reversing this stretch a little bit, giving ourselves a nice counter stretch. Readjust your hips to where they're nice and square. Maybe if you need to adjust your knee to keep your body square. Lean your body forward, lift through your chest. Invite a small bend into that front knee to keep yourself stable. And on that exhale, plant your foot back down, shift the weight back into your foot. We're going to tuck our back toe under, push back into our downward facing dog. Coming on the left side, sweep the left foot up, overhead, bend the knee, bring it through to frame the hand, come down for the low lunge. Untuck your back toe, shift your weight back. Take your foot off of the ground as you flex your toes towards your body. Lift through the chest. So as you lift through the chest, still think of elongating your spine. Keeping your spine nice and long as you flex your toes back towards your body. Release your shoulders. And when you're ready, come down to any comfortable position. And push back into that front foot. We're going to tuck our back toe, push back to downward facing dog. Paddle your feet out here. Bringing the gaze towards your hands. Again, gently walk, step, or jump to the top of your mat. Come into a forward fold. On your inhale, come all the way up, extended mountain, arms overhead. Exhale, bringing your hands to heart center. We're here in our mountain pose, just allowing our bodies to come back to our breath. And when you're ready, we're going to step our feet out just a little bit wide as our mat. Allow your feet to come tracking in forward. Maybe you can pivot your heels in just a little as we begin to squat down right into the center. Wherever your comfort level is today, maybe invite a small rock as you come down. And then bring yourself to stillness. And when you're ready, taking your hands behind you, lowering yourself down onto your bottom, bringing your knees in towards your chest, hug your knees in, lower your head. And when you're ready, we're going to shift ourselves to the front of our mat. Lowering our body down. Feel free to move your blanket if you have it in the way. Lower your body down onto your back. Relax your shoulders here. Just take a moment to come back to your breath. We're going to bring our feet out hip distance apart. Allow your body to just relax here, taking that lower back on the mat as much as possible. We're going to bring our right foot over and allow the foot to cross. Taking our hands out to a T, let your foot fall over to the side, letting it cross over. Turn your gaze away from your knee. Feeling that gentle twist of the hip. Taking 2 more breaths, letting your body surrender and letting your body just relax here in this posture. And on your next inhale, using your core to bring your feet back up to center. Uncross your leg, give your body a little rock. And then we're going to go to the opposite side, crossing your left foot over your right. Figure 4 cross here. And when you're ready, letting that foot fall onto the mat. Again, turning your gaze away from your knee. Letting your shoulders surrender. Letting your hip relax. Your foot is anchored by your knee, keeping your leg in the position. Just letting your body relax here, feeling a gentle stretch. And on your next inhale, bring your foot back up to the center, uncross your leg. Give your knees a rock from left to right. We're going to hug our knees in towards our chest. Give it a nice deep hug in as we move our knees from left to right. Massaging your lower back. Releasing your hands, come into a supine twist, bringing your knees down onto one side. Again, turning your gaze away from your knees. Feeling a little bit of a deeper stretch. Come up towards your lower back. Your hips opening up. your body. And when you're ready, keep your knees together as much as possible, taking your knees over to the opposite side, turning your gaze away from your knees. Feels really good just to come back to the breath. And when you're ready, using your core, keep your knees together, bring it back to center. Give your knees a little hug in. We're going to release the right leg down, hugging in your left. And then release the right leg down in front. Letting your body surrender. On the inhale, bring your arms overhead. Wiggle your toes, move your ankles, move your fingers. And on your exhale, lower your hands down. Your palms can be up or any particular way you'd like to have them. Coming to the breath. We come back to the mantra, I am in charge of how I feel. Really internalizing that on the inhale. I am in charge of how I feel. Taking a moment, notice how you feel today, in this very moment. I want you to own how you feel, good, bad, or otherwise. You are in charge. You are in charge of the happiness. You are in charge of the sad. You are in charge of the anger. You also are in charge of change. Take a moment to breathe that in. With every exhale, let your body surrender into the mat, letting your shoulders release down, letting your hips soften, letting your knees and your toes relax. Allow your body to just focus on the rise and the fall of your chest. As you begin to breathe, if at any moment your mind starts to drift away, bring it back with the mantra. We're going to take 2 breaths in silence, sealing our mantra for the day. You're welcome to stay within this posture. Or if you'd like, you can begin to invite movement into your body, wiggling your fingers and your toes, allowing your breath to deepen, hugging your knees into your chest, one at a time, rolling over to one side, allowing your knees to drop, inviting space. And when you're ready, using your hand to push yourself up into any comfortable seat. Taking your hands to heart center. I want you to thank yourself for committing to you, taking charge of how you feel. Thank yourself for day number 22 in our practice. I wish you a great day, and I will see you tomorrow. Namaste. All right, we just completed one more day. We're getting closer and closer to finishing our 30-day Flow Mantra Challenge. I'm super excited. Thank you so much for allowing me to be a part of your journey. I can't wait to see you on the mat tomorrow. Have a great rest of your day.